Ah, what's up? Greetings from the Erie Coast. This is Mad Shad, and this is another episode of the Zoot Report Sunroof Edition. Boom! It is a beautiful day. It's currently 9:45. 79 degrees. I think we're gonna get some Wayne. We're gonna get some wine. Some rain. It's very windy. Very windy. So the clouds are. It's bright, but it's a cloudy blue sky. I don't know. You tell me. What's going on up there? But yeah. So we're going to talk about the philosophy of IDGAF. IDGAF. The philosophy of IDGAF. I don't give a fuck. It's when you have a lot of like stupid shit that people are and the world is trying to throw at you, especially like social media, right? Social media, socialist propaganda, basically. I don't know. I'm trying to break it down, trying to make it work. But the philosophy of IDGAF. Who gives a fuck? Well, I don't give a fuck about what's going on over there. I do actually, because it is a worldwide thing that affects everything. But I'm gonna take this right. Yeah, I'm curious. Curious to see what kind of shit's going on down here. For sale. IDGAF. When the world is going crazy, and they want you to desperately care about some bullshit, some dumb bullshit. That's a good time to enact the IDGAF, to literally say, you know what, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I just found duck eggs. Oh shit, where the duck eggs? I'm gonna have to go back. I found duck eggs. Duck eggs for sale. Hell yeah. Oh, here, let me switch this around here. Let you see what's going on around here. I'm just out here wandering around. I came from a gun range meeting, which is pretty cool and very informative. Good breakfast, really good breakfast. Wow, I love all this like up the hill, down the hill kind of living. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I got to go back and find those duck eggs. I just don't want to turn around on somebody's private property or whatever. But the philosophy of IDGAF. I like to use mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter kind of shit. Wow, this place is beautiful. Really cool. What do we got right here? Maybe I can turn around here. Find these. Find these duck eggs. Oh yeah, cool. They want us so wound up, so like fired up about like some stupid shit. I do watch the news. I do watch a lot of shit. Novak, overseas stuff. What's going on in Europe? What's going on in Britain? Is literally we're watching a country fall, a thousands of year old country civilization falling just being conquered. And it's sad to see. It really is. You know, I was hoping that maybe they would fight back or something. I guess they're starting to. I don't know, too little too late maybe. Hard to say. Alright, I'm getting close to the duck eggs. Where are you? And I got people behind me going, "You, what the fuck? You're going 25 miles an hour." Yeah. Hello. Got him. Boom. There it is. And yeah, I gotta turn around again just to make sure. Fuck. Alright. Meanwhile, this motherfucker behind me is like freaking out. Anyway. I should have went that way. Fuck it. I'm trying to get these duck eggs, y'all. I'm on a back road and there's people behind me going, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm looking for duck eggs. Leave me alone. So anyway, you know, why should I care about this whole Pride Month thing, and you know what some transformer, you know, is going to do in the political world? Why should I care? Right? Why should I care that, you know, there's diversity and inclusion and equity and all these things? Okay, got it. Duck eggs. I want duck eggs. Who got the duck eggs? Anyway, oh, we got some hunting going on there. Right, when I see breaking news, you know, I'm like, oh, here we go again, breaking news. How bad is this going to be? Who wants me to care now? Why do you want me to care so much about this breaking news? You know, oh no, Iran launched another fucking drone or missile. Oh no, breaking news. You should feel some type of way about this, right? That's when I'm like, you know what? IDGAF. Yeah, and you get tired of it. You absolutely just fucking get tired of it. Like, how long is this just going to drag on? You know, this war is not it's not a war. It's the stupidest war, really. You know, and it's playing right into Iran's hands. They don't care what happens. They don't care about their people. They don't care about their land. None of that shit. Whoa, I'm going up a hill. They don't care. They don't. IDGAF. They're already IDGAF. You know, and they know they've got the Strait of Hormuz in a chokehold, and whatever we do, it just makes it worse. You know, we could bomb them to infinity and beyond, back to the Stone Age. They're already there. They live in stone. The country is made out of solid stone. So what the fuck? How you know? And like I said, they don't care about their people. You know, and the people are never going to rise up. You know, they're never going to have their little, you know, freedom revolution in Iran. Well, for one, the bombs keep falling. You know, that kind of like, you know, puts a damper on the revolution there, right? Maybe if we back off and leave them alone, maybe, just maybe, they'll do something. But you know, that tyrannical government would just fucking decimate the population, so they don't, you know, they don't grow back, or they dare not even, you know, rise up. So I don't know. I mean, meanwhile, you know, we're paying $4 a fucking gallon, sometimes more, in gas. I'm like, and and the rest of the world. There's countries that are out of oil. We're close to becoming out of oil. We're about to lose all. We're burning. How fucked up is it that we have our strategic reserves that we're selling? They're not. This is where we're going. They're not fucking opening it up to the public, to we the people. No, that's not happening. They're selling it to fucking China. They're selling it to other countries. And making a fucking killing. Damn, they're getting rich. Meanwhile, we're fucking sucking eggs over here. Please, sir, may I have more gas? No. Fuck no. So what does it matter? I mean, I understand it. And at some point, I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck it. Let's run out of gas. See what happens. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and kick this stuff off, man. You know, let's go ahead and you know, let the balloon up. Let's go ahead and burn this motherfucker down. Go ahead and let fucking you know, the woke agendas, you know, the woke army arise from their trashy slumbers on the streets, pull out the dildos out of their fucking asses, and, you know, march upon us. Come on, let's go. I'm tired of fucking waiting. Tired of fucking waiting. You know? I just don't give a fuck anymore. And that's the thing, you know. I think a lot of people are getting to that point where it's the IDGAF. The IDGAF group is growing. It really is. You know, mountain bike area. What? Checking out these metro parks. You know, it's going to get to a point where the IDGAF is so strong that there's going to be FAFO. You know what I'm saying? You fucked around. Now it's time for you to find out. What's up, bird? But they don't want it to come to that point. Not yet. Now, they want it to come to that point in fucking Europe, in Britain. Sure, absolutely. You bet. They want that shit to happen. Because that justifies them doing some stupid shit. The government to do some stupid, come down heavy-handed on the and finally, you know, bring their master plan to fruition. Here they want the slow burn. Here they want us to literally suffer, right? Just financially suffer, and to the point that we get to some kind of breaking point, and you know, then they can steer us in another direction. They've got the plan. The plan is there. The plan is there. And at some point in time, you just got to stop playing the game. You know, I'm like, what the fuck? I don't give a fuck. And, you know, it's either the IDGAF, you know, it could go one of two ways. Like I said, you got the IDGAF like, fuck it, let's go. Right? Fucking gloves are off, baby. Or you can say, fuck it, I don't care. Do what you want. I choose the latter. I like the first one. But you know, the constant barrage of the bullshit, you know, it wears you down, and that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to just wear you down, where you just accept it. This is how things are now. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. That defeatist attitude, you know what I'm saying? That's what they want, and that's how they've been destroying this country for decades. You know, we have put up with so much bullshit, all these regulations, everything, that, you know, the laws, the stupid shit that's going on, that we just it constantly gets thrown at us, and we just go, I'm feeling IDGAF right now. I don't care. You know, because you scream, yell, you know, rabble, 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 raise your fist. You might even get out there and protest, right? And then nothing happens. It went boom. Next day, there's more bullshit. I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck? And now we're so divided in this country, divided and preoccupied. It's more of a preoccupation than it is a dividing factor. But I digress. It just wears you down, and you get to the point where you're like, fuck it, I don't care. You know. But there is hope, I guess. There's always hope, right? There's always hope. What? Wait, what? What am I just seen a knife thing? Something about a knife convention? What the hell am I looking at? You know, some of our I don't know what you call them, our employees, they're starting to you know, speak some rhetoric that makes things makes us kind of go, really? That's a refreshing, you know, refreshing thing. Wow, okay. You know, they're talking about this, they're talking about that. But what the hell was that? That was me. I got something just made a noise. It was on my truck. I don't know what it was. So that's what they do, is they just, you know, go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Right? Yeah. Being videoed, taking pictures. That's weird. You know, it's they turn on the pressure, they turn off the pressure. They turn on the pressure, they turn off the pressure. You know, and it just breaks you down to the point where you're just like, fuck it, I don't care anymore. You know, they're gonna do what they. It seems. It does seem that our efforts are in vain. It really does. It's because we have lost our vigilance. You know, that patriotic vigilance that used to exist in this country, where motherfuckers, grown ass men would take to the streets. You know, they would take a week off their job and go, what the fuck? No, we're not taking this shit anymore. We're tired of this. We're fed up. And you know, rabble. And people listen. Yeah, the government listened, because they're like, oh well, maybe we need to calm the fuck down. Yeah. You know, especially when those men just came back from winning a war. Winning you know, fighting, doing amazing things. I mean, most men when coming back were fucking war heroes, capable of amazing things with just their bare hands. and now they're turning that aggression towards you, the government. You know, it's like, oh fuck. You see what they just did to fucking Adolf there. You know, and Yamamoto. So what the fuck? you might want to listen. You might want to take heed of that. Take warning. But now what? What do we got? What the fuck we got? You know, nobody. I don't know why I'm thinking this. Nobody drinks from the skulls of their enemies anymore. That's never been a thing, by the way. So that's not a Viking thing. It's not documented. But they don't care. The government knows that we're just gonna, you know, talk a good game, but we're not gonna back it up. Meanwhile, the left is absolutely organized and funded. Hell, they changed their lifestyle. There's motherfuckers that stay homeless, quit their jobs to work on this subversion, cause. I'm like, damn, is that right? I want to continue this conversation. But it requires me to put you in a secure location. Oh yeah. You know what? All right, I'm back, folks. So yeah, I just figured I would just come back to the house, and get inside. I'm like, I need to drink water. So I'm drinking water here, and yeah, you're checking out my little screensaver of crazy, stupid shit. So yeah, IDGAF. I don't give a fuck, right? Which one would we choose? I mean, I guess it's a mixture of both, really. I don't give a fuck, do what you want, or I don't give a fuck anymore, let's do what the fuck we want to do. I don't know. The philosophy of IDGAF, I don't know. I don't know where this goes. But it does appear, it is heir apparent that, there's folks out there that really, really want to see things change around here. And not in a good way, right? Not in a good way. And we're just literally struggling, hanging on for what, it's like we're hanging on to society as we know it. Like, we don't want things to change, but it is changing. It has changed, and we're just like, don't care. Just don't care. Nobody cares. All we do is just bitch about it. Not much shit is getting done. Not at all. Really, none. We're just literally watching the world change around us, hoping that our preoccupation and not caring, not giving a fuck is going to pay off. But it's not. The things will never be the same. Things will never be the same. So how do you go forward with that? And how do you convince people? Like, just Joe Q Public, how do you convince them that everything's changed? Everything's changed. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't matter what happens, how the world changes around us, not for the better, for the worse. Maybe it doesn't matter, because we will adapt, change, and overcome anyway, or we will just accept it. I think that we're really just accepting it, and we really don't give a fuck what happens. They could enact absolute socialist tyranny, and I don't think we would care. I really, the IDGAF goes both ways. And like I said, they just keep keeping the pressure on. They turn the pressure off. They turn the pressure on. They turn the pressure off. And eventually we just don't care anymore. We don't care what they do. We don't care what happens anymore. It's sad. It really is sad. To watch that. I mean, to even think that, 20, 30, 40 years ago, hell, even 10 years ago, things were better. Yeah, it was. I mean, that's the thing too, is like, this too shall pass, right? This too shall pass. So why even care about it now? Because if you give a fuck now, and it happens anyway, the bullshit goes on, then you're not going to give a fuck later. I don't know. Help me explain this. Help me make sense of this. This IDGAF philosophy, it it's mind-boggling. It is mind-boggling how many people are literally on the really don't give a fuck what happens IDGAF scale, where there's very few of us that are, I don't give a fuck, let's go, right? And this is my screensaver. A lot of these shots are from like the last bug out weekend, and just a whole bunch of other stuff. So looking at things, yeah. Oh wow, there's some houses in there. I was looking at houses, looking at properties. I don't know. I don't think there's anything doxing on here. Yeah, there you go. I don't think that house is for sale anymore. But how do we go forward and keep heathen? That's his shipment. How do we go forward knowing that things have changed? Things are going to get worse, and they're not going to get better, because there's been a progression of literally worse and worse and worse things. It's my old job. Yeah, we had to protect that pump from the water coming from the fucking ceiling. Yeah, lots of charity shots in here. Love you, Charity. Thank you, love you, Charity. Everything has been getting progressively worse for a long ass time. And we just continue to just fuck it. Oh well, I don't care. IDGAF. And I guess it doesn't matter, in the sense that there's a point in time when you just don't give a fuck anyway. Let the chips fall where they may. Yeah, that desiccant packet's going to do a lot of work, right? That's a joke. When the quote Ghost Lincoln here, when the pure shenanigans and skullfuckery, happens, will we even care? Will folks even care? I think that the country is definitely on the same philosophy of, I don't give a fuck, defeatist attitude. As long as they can get their TikTok, their porn, their Pop-Tarts and their chicken tendies, from Walmart, they're fine. They get their DoorDash. This chick, I knew her. Cool. Good seeing her. I don't think she looks like that anymore, but the whole troop of the dog sitting in the burning house. Oh, this is fine. This is fine. IDGAF, I don't give a fuck. And I guess that's one way to look at it. Is to think, well, fuck it, I don't care, right? I got other shit to worry about. And yeah, there's that, right? There does come a point in time when you're just like, I can only worry about what I can affect and what affects me. You know, here's my picture from what's her name, Caroline Henderson. But great picture. Yeah. Cool, huh? She almost won. But you know, at some point in time, you just got to go. That's fine. Whatever. I can only, you know, affect change in my what I have. I hold, really. Push butt for service. That explains everything. Right. I switched out. Yeah, push butt for service. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know where this goes. I don't know how much IDGAF we really got. How much people actually really care about what's going on in the country, in their own lives. And you know, I don't know. I don't know. It's getting to the point where who cares, right? Who cares at this point? You can only you know, change what you can in your area, in your life. And but it's things in the world affect us, right? So what can you do? Anyway, yeah, IDGAF, the philosophy. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me for the Zoot Report, which has changed many times now. And so thank you all. Hopefully I will do a Saturday shenanigans or unsupervised Saturdays where I am supposed to eat and drink some very hot stuff. I'm scared already. So thank you all very much. Have a good day. Skull.